Data is the DNA of any business. At National List Services, we focus on one ideal. We offer marketing solutions that fit. We're not interested in selling you data. We're interested in selling you the primary solution to the problem you have today. As a data broker and aggregator, we have access to the top data sets and know where everyone is getting their data from. We identify your demand, the needs of what your customers are, where people are in life, what stages they find themselves in, and their backgrounds that most fit your necessity level. National List Services looks for a long-term solution to what your data needs are, and more importantly, we will educate you on the industry, what to ask other data sources, what to look for, and what to say. Our job is ethics-oriented and getting you what you need right now when it comes to data. Book a call with us today at nationallistservices.com.
Welcome to the Data Roundtable today, July 1st. It's a new month, so coming at you with some information, help you start your month off right and get the right list the first time. Audrey here with National List Services. I'm your data gal. This week, we're covering hotlines. We have hotlines that are updated every week, and it is specific to help you get the right list. I'm going to share some details today. This is the third week we're covering this, so if you want to catch 2 weeks ago, I did a broad coverage of this. Last week, I did a deep dive. I believe it was into new movers, but this week we're going to cover some of the hotlines. So let me pull up national list counts and share that with you. Hope you all are doing well this day and excited for a new month. Here we go. Perfect. So on nationallistcounts.com, this is where you can go and build your custom list. Take your marketing back into your own hands. Get your list for postcards or mailings. Make the phone calls. Find your audience. Get your name in front of them and hit it. So what I want to share today is toward the bottom, we have our hotlines. Now, a hotline is hot because it's fresh. It's uploaded weekly. It's new. It's pulling new people, especially in this case, it's new movers, new homeowners, new people into this list. And it can be weekly. It also represents the last 3 to 6 months of what's been going on in your community, especially if you're getting a local list for new movers, new homeowners, new borrowers. But it also gives you the opportunity to cultivate a long-lasting relationship. Get in the door, get your foot in first thing, especially with new movers into the area, and go from there. So we're going to cover, I want to say today, let's look at here, the hotlines. So we have prior week's new movers, and the new movers are people who have, let me make sure I get this right, listed their house for sale. And then there are phone numbers on this. Actually, new movers is not. It could be apartments. It could be anybody. So new movers, they've moved into the area. We can identify homeowners and renters, so you can pick exactly who you're looking for. If you're wanting to sell a house to somebody new in the area and you know your audience is possibly living in apartments temporarily, absolutely, we can pick that here. We also have the prior week's new homeowners list. Those are people who have just bought a home in the area and have a new residence. And then we also have the prior new week's borrowers, people who are borrowing, whether it's for a refinance or to buy a house. So you have people looking for services, looking for products, looking for things for their new apartment, new house. They're in a certain situation where they are probably eager to buy and ready to start those relationships. So let's get to it. Let me show you a little bit more about this. Let's go into, sorry, I'm working side by side on my screens, trying to make sure I get the right information here. So here, let's go into the new homeowners list. And this one, I want to share a few of the details. And what's nice is there's not too much. On the consumer file, we have 6,000 selects. On this file, we have what we have, and it's exactly what we need, and it's not overwhelming. So, of course, it always takes you into the top tab navigation, starting with geography. Pick your area. Then on additional selections, all selections, let's look here. This is where you can really narrow it down and get into it. This is the new homeowners list. So you can pick features about the house or the person inside the house. It covers everything. So it has first loan amount and interest rate. It has if they speak Spanish or different race code, age, square footage. That's a valuable piece of information, because what if you are your market is a certain size home that you can service for whatever you're offering? That helps to know. Education level, again, so you see mixed. Household feature, personal feature, resident, consumer is what we call it, a consumer or the property. Finished square footage, that's a huge feature too. What if you pulled the total square footage and the finished, and you can realize, hey, they don't have a finished business, or finished basement. My business is remodeling and finishing basements. They need me. Let's advertise to them. Perfect. There's your list. Home market value, homeowner type. I want to say one of the things we were going to look for here is, I want to say publish date. You can go in here, and the publish date is when it hit the file, but this is where you can pick last week's people, last week's new movers. When did they hit this file? Were they 2 weeks ago? Because this is a weekly feed, you can pick exactly when you want. So maybe I want to pick whoever moved into my area the week of May 31st through June 11th. Let's do that. Actually, let's do the 13th, because people tend to move on the weekend. It'd be easy to move during the week and less trouble, but it also is lost work and those types of things. So let's do the 29th there. Okay, so I'm going to continue. I've got my dates selected. I want people who moved during that week. I also want to pick my geography. Let me pick the counties around me. Again, without any guests or visitors, I always do what's in my area, because I know my geography better, like you know your geography. That's why it's so powerful to have this tool at your fingertips. You can customize this exactly to your market, your industry, your needs, because you know that best. So let me do a search here, and it's going to pull up all my counties. What I want to do is Cass County and Sarpy County, because if I add in Douglas, it's going to be huge. I just want to do it. It is a 2-week period, so let's see how huge it is. So let me save that, and I'm going to recalculate and see how many movers we had. 0 on this system as of right now. Let's look up and add another county. Let's also add Douglas. And I may not have gone, you got to give the system some leeway here too. Maybe I need to go back a little further and pick the whole month and see what we got. I'll add Douglas, and let me adjust these dates. Let's do this for all through June and continue. And let's recalculate and see what we got. 31 on this file. Of course, maybe you know there's more than 31. It's who we can match at that address with a name on this file. So again, keep that into consideration. I would almost want to output this and see some of these other selects. So what's nice is on our system, you can select items to filter the list down, but you can output items to throw that net wide and see where everybody lands. So let me continue with this. I'm not sure why it's not letting me run a count breakdown here. Here we go. We got all our data. I'm going to add this just for measure. If I'm going to do a print and mail, I want to make sure I have that zip code. And let me see. Let's do homeowner. So homeowner occupied, meaning they're not buying it to flip it and rent it out. They live there. That is their house. I know why I can't run my report. Here is a good lesson to everybody. I am not logged in. If the login button is there, you're not logged in. If your name is not here, you can't run your count report, and I can't save my work. So let's do this real quick. I'm going to log in and come back and select these few items, and we'll get going. Live lessons learned. I love it. This is something that happens a lot. People will call in and say, I can't do this. I can't do that. Did you not give me the option? And it's like, I can't assign that option. The only reason you don't have that option is you're not logged in. So let's go log in. We were doing new homeowners. Let me pick. Nope, we were not doing new homeowners because there's 4. Oh, it didn't show us all the selection options either. It didn't show us suppression or favorites because we weren't logged in. So here we go. Let's go to county, look up. I always say the best learning too is when you have to go back and do it again, because you just did it once. It'll go faster your second time, and you're more familiar with where to go and what buttons to click. So that really does help. Look at a mistake as a way to learn and move forward with it. And then you can do faster the next time. Because really, a lot of us, I know for me, I learn better by doing. You could tell me, you could show me, but when I go click and do it myself and get the results, that's when it really, really sinks in here. I would love to know how many other people are like that, because it's a blessing and a curse, I tell ya. Let's also we were picking homeowner type, meaning owner. We were picking dates, and I think that was it. Let's continue on here. To continue, I can pick inferred owner and homeowner occupied, because I want to make sure I'm getting who lives there, not who owns there. I hope you all, that should make good sense. Sometimes you can pick a list with just the property owners, and that way you're getting, let's go through the weekend here. You're getting, well, July 5th hasn't happened. Go back to June. Here we go. June, let's do 29. You're getting a list from a property file of owners. So that way you can reach who owns that property, not who lives in that house. The renter is different than the owner. And so it depends on your offer and what you're sending that you make sure you get the right list. But that's why we're here, to help you build the right list, get on the right file, get that list, and take that power back. Excuse me. So let's recalculate. It was about 30 to 50 something. Oh, now it's 12. Once I added that homeowner type. So if I took that off, and you can exit off right here on the left-hand side, you just remove it, recalculate. Now it's back up to 31. Let's do that. And what I want to do is run my count report. And I have a few videos on this. You can see there's a few choices here, 2 and 3 dimensional. We only selected the date it hit the file and the counties. But maybe I want to see what age group these people fall into and what income. I can do a 3-dimensional report and output those details without having selected them. That's what I wanted to share with you. So let me select. I always check mark every box. Yeah, I want my name on this. Yes, I want my pricing. So let's check here, and let's type in homeowner type. When I selected it, it narrowed my totals down to 12. So if I select it, if I output by it, I want to see why that happened. Let's also do, is there an income on here? I think there is. Yes. Let's do age, head of household, and then let's do income. And it might look a little crazy. We'll look at this report. I'm going to pull it up. I'll have to share it. Let's do new homeowners, right? Yes. New homeowners. And run that count report. Now that just takes a few moments. Not even a minute. There it is. I heard a ding. It's in my inbox. So let me stop sharing that. There we go. Let me open that email, and I'm going to share the Excel sheet. With every count you run, you get an Excel sheet report. And the first, I'll be honest, the first few times you look at it, it looks Greek. Like, what is this? That's why I love that I can make videos, share this, show this, and explain this. Because if I just sent this to you, would you know what you're looking at? Some of you probably would if you're familiar with Excel. But for the majority, it would be a little challenging. So here we go. I'm going to share this screen. I love data. Okay. Now, what's funny too, if you're familiar with us here at National List Counts and at First Direct, we understand the term data can mean so many things. You can analyze data. You can have data. You can share data. In this case, when we talk about data, it's a list. It's people's information. It's records, people you're going to reach out to. So this feedback helps me better decide who I'm going to mail to. And I really wanted to see where these numbers broke down, these 31 people. Where are they at? So the first one I selected was homeowner type. And when I just picked owner occupied, I got 12. There's 18 that are investors, which might be people who buy a house and flip it and want to rent it out. There's one that's not classified into any of those. So this is interesting for the people who are investor owned, or I guess it could be a few different things. Could be trust or company owned. So here it breaks down how many people are in which age group and how much they make. So in the category here, look at this one of age 30 to 31, there's 3 people. They fall into a few different income categories. What I am noticing here is people make a lot more money than I realize sometimes. Looking at these incomes, these are some high incomes here for a young age group for these investors, investor owned, which could be company owned, could be trust owned, could be somebody who, if you're going to flip houses, I would assume you're not doing it under your personal name. You're not buying all these houses. You have a company that does this. But here, the income stays pretty high. It's down here a little bit, 40 to 49 here on this age group. But also down here, you'll notice it's a little bit lower for the younger age. That would make sense. And then for the older age too, here, age 32 to 33, new homeowner, $15,000 to $20,000 a year. That's interesting to me. So this can help you better select who you're going to mail to. If you are offering high-end furniture to new homeowners or custom blinds that are measured and cut and fit to that house, you're probably going to want to pick the people with the higher income because they have a little bit more discretionary funds to spend on those things. I know, I'll just be honest, when we first bought our house, we were probably in these lower income categories and we did not have window coverings and big furniture. We could barely fill the house. And I thought, oh, someday. Now, years later, being in the house 15 plus years and acquiring furniture over time, we have more stuff in our house than we know what to do with. So it's a huge extreme from moving in young and buying our first house with nothing to 15 years later. And how much furniture have we collected over time? So these ones in the lower incomes would be over time. You would want to maybe trickle them with some information and put them on a list for later, or start with a certain offer. A different offer would go to the higher income ones. It depends on what you're offering and how you're structuring your offer. So this information is very valuable. Outputting this information, all we knew was we had 31 new homeowners in a certain time period, and that's all we had. But when we add a few layers on the output, we can find out so much more. So I hope this gives you some power to build that right list, find your audience, and then reach out to them. I do want to share one more feature from National List Counts. Let's pull that back up. I might have closed it when I went to get my email, which means I'm logged out. So I want to make sure I log in again. Let's get that pulled up. And as you're building your list, I always offer, let me know. Send me an email. Hey, Audrey, this is what I'm going for. Did I pick the right things? Does this look right? There we go. Share screen. There's my window. And then I'll wrap this up so we can all get back to work on this file. So I can go up to previous searches and find this search again that I ran. Let me modify, rerun, get back in there. Here, let's see what we can add for selections. I know this will come with 100% postal. You're going to get the name and the address of the homeowner here. But let's see. Yes, telephone number. And let me real quick check. What is it? Nothing's in there. I want to say this is scrubbed. So here, phone is present. This would be a landline. It'd be scrubbed. If you have the right documentation that we can provide you phone numbers and you qualify to call them legally, we will get you this list. Let's see real quick. Out of that 31, how many had a phone? Because you and I both know landlines are not as popular. Zero of them have a landline. With the people usually kept a landline phone because to get cable from your local cable provider, it was like $10. So yeah, let's have a landline. Say for the kids, somebody can call 911. It's not going to go down in the middle of the night. Well, that was a while ago. Now we have all of our streaming sites where we can watch cable shows, watch TV. Movies too. And then we also all have wireless phones at our disposal. How far away is your phone from you? Mine's sitting right here within arm's reach. Everybody's smartphone is right there. So That does change us a little bit, but we have wireless. Ask me about that. I can tell you more. We could do a show about that, but that's another day because it's getting long. We want to get back to it. So however you can reach your audience, I think this is ideal, especially new homeowners, new movers, postcards, and do it every 7 to 10 days. Make sure they know your name, they know your company, they know where you're located. Make every single week a different picture or color. What's your offer? What is the end goal for this postcard? You want them to connect with you. You want their business. Go get it. We can help you. So I'll put in the chat my information because, like I said, if you're building it and you're not sure, let me know. I also have the Video Learning Center. I'm going to share that first because that's where you can go and watch videos on every single one of these files and all these little details that help you build the perfect list every time. So there is our Learn Center. Go there, register, sign in, watch what you need. Don't watch everything. You don't need everything. You need your target audience. Who is that? Is it businesses? Is it consumer? Are they new movers? Are they property owners? Pick accordingly, watch accordingly. Do not ever binge watch. And text to join me. You all are welcome to jump on here, ask me a question. We can talk about a list you're wanting to get. Is that possible? Let's look and see. Let's build it live. Let me know if you want to be a guest on the show next week. Email me at that number or text me at, I always have this. Text me. Let me find it real quick, everybody. Let me look on my phone. That's where everything is. Text me at 402-285-3282. We keep it real and we keep it live every week on the show. We like to have fun, especially when we have a guest. So please join me next week. We'll share more about, maybe we'll do the real property file because today we were covering a file that had consumer attributes and home attributes. The real property file, I'm going to write this down because I'll forget from next week to this week. The real property file is attributes about the property. And then you can find out who owns that property. Who am I reaching out to? So that is a huge benefit to home improvement or people who want to, pool builders, big investments on your home. And right now, because of the pandemic and people being stuck at home, they are aware of what needs fixed and repaired. They are aware that they were in their home for so long, they want to make it feel better, look better, things they want to add and do. We can help you find those people. So come back next week. Every week, same bat time, same bat place, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. Actually, next week, I will be out of town on business. We will not have a roundtable. So in 2 weeks, we'll see you back here. Glad I wrote it down because I won't remember in 2 weeks. And we will see you again. Watch for any post saying, hey, we're going to go live. It's on Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time. And you can find past ones on YouTube at National List Counts. Or National List Services, National List Services, home of National List Counts. You all have a great rest of your day. Let me know how I can help you grow your business and succeed. I'm here to help you.